a very superb and dynamic personality, Mr. Sesudasse sir. He's the CEO of Inspire Academy, Inspire CDC, Career Development Center, Pondicherry. So we have a very beautiful title today for our interaction, and Sir is going to share his superb experience. I personally like this title very much. So Sir is the most apt person for this title. Lead the leadership. No, we know what is a leadership. Leadership is not a person or a position. It is a complex moral relationship between people based on trust, obligation, commitment, emotion, and a shared vision of the good. Okay, this is a beautiful quote given by Joanna Qual, a philosopher. Okay, so whenever I think of leadership, immediately I think of Abdul Kalam, our former president. A very beautiful incident that I wish to share before you all. Like Abdul Kalam was in the SLV-3 mission. He was a mission director, and the uh, launch happened. It was cleared the first stage. Immediately in the second stage, uh, it fell into the Indian Ocean. Okay, so it was a huge loss. He was very much frustrated, Abdul Kalam, because he was a mission director and he has this team of scientists behind them. And immediately he has to face the press. You know what happened very interestingly is ISRO chairman, Satish Dhawan. He took up the lead and said, "You just be present. I will answer all the queries of the press." So he answers all the queries of the press, and interestingly, he gives the affirmation that in 1 year our team will again launch the vehicle. As per the promise, again in 3rd July 1980, again the same launch day. Again, our mission director is Abdul Kalam. He launches the mission. First stage, second stage, finally it is in the orbit. Now, very interesting aspect is there. Like Satish Dhawan now says, you go and attend the press meet. See, that's the kind of leadership. When failure comes, he took it on his head. When success comes, he gave it to the peers. Okay, so that's the kind of inspiration. So that's interesting story shared by our former president Abdul Kalam. And today we have another inspiring personality. Again, he is the CEO of the Inspire Academy also. He's a very nice person. He's my friend also. And whatever services he's doing for the society, that's simply awesome. Okay, very hats off to you, sir. So we are very delighted on behalf of our MBA IEV department, Institute Innovation Council and IEDC cell to welcome you, sir. Now, thank you for this opportunity. I hope all of you will have a very exciting stay today. I also thank Sundaramurthy sir and other esteemed faculty members who are present here for this session. Praveen?
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. Thank you so much for energetic words, sir.
Thank you.
It's my privilege to welcome the resource person of this session, Mr. A. Sesudasse. He is the founder and CEO of Inspire Career Development Center and Inspire IAS Academy. He has over 14 years of experience in training and development. He worked with the Tier 1 IT company after achieving a MBA from prestigious SOM and DMS Pondicherry Central University. He founded Inspire in 2007 that trains school and college students, school teachers, job seekers, professional entrepreneurs, and the business owner. He addressed over 1 lakh students and also he integrates personal development training like NLP with communication skills that helps trainers to share their fear, shyness, and hesitation so that they could learn and improve faster and make their identity strong. He inspired over 63,000 plus students that includes professionals across various districts. Besides, he is also a motivational speaker. He is a social master coach and mentor for young entrepreneurs. It's a real honor for us to have you with us, sir. Now I request Mr. Sesudasse to take over the session.
Thank you so much for your respected faculty members.
சார் வால்யூம் ரொம்ப கம்மியா இருக்கு சார்.
Now is it audible, sir? Now is it okay? Is it better?
Is it better sir? Better.
Okay. So, respected faculty members, students, and my dear friends, good morning to all of you. First of all, thank you so much for having me here. It's indeed a great pleasure to address all of you for the next 50 to 60 minutes. Before I begin the session, I would like to share a few words. Like this session should not be like a normal webinar. In fact, you remain silent and speaker will speak. We are not sure whether you understand or not. It should not be like this. This 1 hour should be highly result oriented, right? This 1 hour should be highly result oriented. Okay. So someone saying my voice is feeble. Okay? Just I'll remove my.
Hold on for a moment. Okay. Is it audible now? Is it better? Yes. Okay. Okay. Fine. Fine. Thank you. Thanks for confirming. So this session has to be highly interactive. I want you to participate in the session. As and when I ask questions, you should respond. And my desire or my objective is to make all of you respond to the questions, and we have to share. There is a quote which says, everyone knows something, no one knows everything. இந்த உலகத்துல யாருமே சொல்ல முடியாது எனக்கு எல்லாமே தெரியும் அப்படின்னு சொல்லிட்டு. பட் எல்லாருக்குமே நம்ம இங்க இந்த செஷன்ல இருக்கவங்களும் சரி இல்ல ஜெனரலாவும் சரி எல்லாருக்குமே ஏதோ ஒரு விஷயங்கள் கட்டாயமா தெரிஞ்சிருக்கும். So God has given some kind of unique talents. Only thing is we need to recognize that. So அதனால நம்ம இந்த செஷன்ல I want all of you to get rid of your fear. நம்ம வந்து ஜெனரலா இந்த மாதிரி ஆன்லைன் செஷன் இருக்கும்போது we just disable audio and disable video and then we remain silent. அந்த மாதிரி தான் நம்ம இருப்போம். பட் இந்த செஷன்ல வந்து in this session what you have to do is you have to participate, you have to involve, you have to respond, and there must be a lot of key learnings or key takeaways you must have. This session should change you. This session should transform you. This session should make you better. That is why my friend Dr. Hemakumar has invited me. I am extremely happy to share a few words, and I'm also happy to share my experience of 15 years, the journey in which I have come across so many students. So in this journey, we have transformed ordinary students into extraordinary students. They are highly successful. They are in the different parts of the world, different organizations. They are doing extremely well. Okay, to do all these things, first of all, we have to understand that when we were young, we learned that A for apple, B for ball, and C for cat. Right from this moment, you all have to forget that, and ABC should stand for always be confident, right? So this is what we need to start. We need to believe and we need to understand. ABC stands for not apple, ball, or cat. It is always be confident. If you have understood this, can you type it in the chat box? So in addition to the ABC, you just have to add I before that. Okay, IABC, which means I always be confident. Can you please type it in the chat box? I always be confident. If you have understood this. Yeah, thank you. Thank you. So I'm just moving on to the next thing to substantiate, to reinforce this, and to make you better understand this, how you can be confident. It all begins with your positive mindset. So if you think you're confident, you will definitely be confident. If you have positive mindset, if you have a positive thoughts, I'm sure you can be confident, and that confidence will help you to achieve many things. I would like to tell a story. After I finish after finishing the story, I want you to unmute, and maybe whoever I point out or you volunteer, you can unmute and share what is it you learned from the story and how that story inspires you. Okay, so there was a psychologist. He wanted to understand, he wanted to make people understand the importance of positive mindset. So he did it with a demonstration. He invited 1,000 people to an auditorium. Everyone gathered there, So he went onto the stage and he kept a very big aquarium. The aquarium was very big. So he filled the aquarium with water. After that, he filled the aquarium with water. Next, he put a shark fish inside that. Now, he asked question to the audience. So, what is this? Audience replied, this is shark fish. And then he asked, what does shark fish eat? And audience said, shark fish eats small fish. So, this psychologist puts a lot of small fish inside the water tank. So, after seeing the small fish, shark fish immediately attacked and it ate all the small fish. So after that, next day, so he invited again all the audience next day, everyone came. Now, so inside the aquarium, exactly at the center, he kept a barrier. The barrier exactly at the center. So in the one side, we have shark fish. On the other side, we don't have anything. Okay, that's just a transparent barrier. And then now we ask the audience, what does shark fish eat? They said the shark fish eats fish. So he puts a lot of small fish in the other side of the aquarium. After seeing this, shark fish tried to attack and tried to eat it. But as and when it tried, and it was not able to go because there is a transparent barrier through which shark can see other small fish, but it cannot go as there was a barrier. Now, as and when it tried and it hit around the mouth area and it got a lot of wounds. After 10 times, and shark fish started to think, it is not possible for me to eat. I become good for nothing. I become weak. I'm going to die. And that's it. There ends the matter. Okay. Next day, psychologist invited for the final day. Psychologist invited everyone and everyone came. Today, he just removed the transparent barrier. Now there is no barrier in the water tank, in the aquarium. Now he asks, what does shark fish eat? And then everyone says, shark fish eats fish. Now he puts more fish, hundreds of fish inside the shark tank. Now shark is able to see and there is no barrier, but shark is not even trying to attack or eat it because already it started to think. So it is good for nothing and it has got all the negative thoughts. So it started to think it is not possible. So it is not even trying. A lot of small fish are swimming around the mouth area of shark fish and everyone got stunned. Now psychologist proves his point and he drives the point that positive mindset is important. Though we had failures, though we encounter failures in the initial days, and though we encounter disappointments, failures, embarrassment, all those things should not tell that we cannot achieve in future. So what we need to do is, if failure happens, that failure should strengthen. We should not develop negative mindset because of initial failure. So fail, the full form of fail is first attempted learning. So as and when you encounter failure, don't think that's it's the end. It is just a learning opportunity through which you can learn, you can improve. So my dear students, today, my request to all of you is we all have to shift ourselves from negative mindset to positive mindset. Many students, many people, they tell that I didn't score well, my parents were not educated, I was not given enough opportunity, I didn't have exposure, I didn't study in English medium, I never spoke in English, and I never tried, I don't do this. So a lot of negativity. If we could start thinking positively, a lot of positive things are going to happen. So what I'm asking right now is, I have to shift or I have to move from negative mindset to positive mindset. Okay, I will convert my negative mindset to positive mindset. If you have understood the story, before I ask you many questions from this, you have to tell me, I will travel or I will move from negative mindset to positive mindset. If you could just type this sentence, I would be more than happy. Can you type? I'll give 1 minute time. In that, as many people, I want, I think we have around 100 participants in this meeting. So I want all of you to type. Just I will move from negative mindset to positive mindset. If just one line happens, it goes to subconscious mind and you can start thinking positively. So can you please type, I will move from negative mindset to positive mindset. Just type this line. Thank you, Mr. Satish, Mr. Sindha Pugurendi. Yes. Yes, fantastic, fantastic. Good, good. I want all of you to type this because it should not be like a one-way communication. I don't want this to be a monologue. I want this to be a dialogue, and I want to call this as an intellectual interaction. There has to be a lot of discussion. Okay, thanks for typing, thanks for responding, and you seem to be awesome. Good, and there is no wonder because you are students of Dr. Hemakumar, and he is indeed an inspiring person. And we also have very senior professor, Dr. Sundaramurthy. He is my good friend and well-wisher. So fantastic friends, we have set the tone and we have set the expectations now. So throughout the session, we have to remain confident. We have to be open-minded so that we will be able to learn more. Okay. So now I have said two things. One is that we need to have positive mindset, and after that we should always remain confident. That's what I said from ABC. Let's always be confident. Now let's so come to the leadership skills. Okay, the first quality of a leader, and if anyone can type leader in caps, can anyone, only one, can you type in the chat box the spelling of leader in caps? Yes, thank you. Okay, the first letter of the word leader is L. Okay, every leader has to lead by example, which means leader has to be a role model. A leader has to be exemplary. Leader has to be an example to others. Okay, so if you want to become a great leader, whatever you do, it has to be an example. It should be a positive example to others to follow. I'm going to give a technique to all of you, okay? And if you want to teach anyone, if you want to run an organization, or if you want to run an education institution, you cannot just teach people, but you have to live, you have to conduct yourself in that way. For that, I'm going to just give a formula, OLI. Okay, absorb, learn, and implement. So for the benefit of others, I want you to type this simple formula. Every leader has to adopt it. Every leader has to acquire it. Okay, and if we could develop it, we can definitely become successful. So to reinforce this, I'm going to tell again an example. Okay, there was an MBA student. He wanted to become businessman, very successful businessman, very successful entrepreneur. So when he was in college, he started to observe people who were very successful, highly talented, like Ratan Tata, Narayan Murthy, or Mr. N. Chandrasekharan, or Elon Musk, or Bill Gates, or anyone for that matter. Okay, he observed what are the qualities they have, what are the skills they have, what is the kind of knowledge they have, how they acquire that knowledge. They observe. I hope you understand the meaning of observe, which means looking keenly, observing keenly the qualities, skills, attitude, personality, skills, knowledge, in all aspects. He observed everything. No one taught him. Ratan Tata did not come to teach him, and Narayana Murthy did not teach him, and Elon Musk did not teach him. But he was curious enough, and just he read about them, he watched the videos, and he tried to observe everything, how they speak, and how they perform, how they execute, and how they build a great company. All those things he observed. I am reiterating the word absorb because right from now you are going to start observing good things. You are going to absorb great people. You are going to absorb great leaders. You are going to absorb great entrepreneurs. You are going to absorb outstanding people. So by observing, we have to learn. We have to learn. We have to try and infuse it. We have to try and inculcate it. Right? After doing this couple of things, observing and learning, now it's time to implement. You have to implement it, right? So he found that during his college days, he has started to observe, and everyone said that business or entrepreneurship is all about problem solving. He observed, learned it. After that, he found a problem, and he provided a solution for the problem, and he became a very big successful person. So if you want to become successful, and a leader has to set an example, and for others, he has to give an opportunity to observe, to learn and implement from him. Okay. Today, you would know many companies. So you would know Cognizant, you would know a lot of IT companies. All this top companies seeing chairman now, they all have learned from a leader called Mr. F.C. Kohli. Mr. F.C. Kohli was the first CEO for Tata Consultancy Services. Tata Consultancy Services is India's largest IT company with very huge market capitalization in terms of number of employees and number of projects. It all began with one great leader name is FC Kohli. And today many small companies or big companies, so top CEOs, they were all working under FC Kohli. They all learned from him Whatever they learn from him, today they are able to build big companies because of the learnings they got from the leader. So my first quality or the point which I like to drive here is, if you want to become a leader, you have to lead by example. So right from punctuality, your discipline, your dedication, your determination. Friends, for a leader, I'm just trying to explain bit in detail. The 3 Ds you must have as a leader is, you must have extraordinary determination. Whatever you do, you should think you can do. Absolutely, it is possible. You will give your best, whatever it takes to become successful. You will have that kind of determination. You are not weak. You are so strong. You are highly strong. That is what I call it as determination, right? And then next is discipline. So you should have a very high level of discipline in whatever you do. You cannot do one thing one day and other day you can be different. Whatever good things you have, you must be very consistent. You must try and exhibit it every day throughout your life. Okay, so you have to have discipline. Third thing is, you must have dedication. Whenever you do, and you have to work with a lot of dedication. It is not a work, it's a passion, it's a calling. So you will give very high importance. If someone is religious, what they do, they perform prayers religiously. So we need to have that kind of dedication. When it comes to work, when it comes to team, when it comes to organization, you will not see that as a work. When you see that as a work, and you will feel that 5 o'clock it ends and you don't care what your customer wants and what your customer thinks. You would not go out of the way to help them or support them to give a customer delight. So you have to have dedication. Whatever you do, you must enjoy, you must respect it, and you must believe you are making a difference. So the 3 important characteristics of a leader I have mentioned here is, 1, you need to lead by example. In addition to leading by example, you need to have 3 subsets. So subcategories or sub characteristics. So that I call it as, you must be dedicated, you must be determined, and you must be disciplined. My dear friends, I'm just sharing this with the hope you would try and follow this and you would try and infuse this. So I want all of you to infuse these qualities in your mind, heart, and then definitely you can be a future leader. Because I always believe that you youngsters like you have got phenomenal amount of capability, phenomenal amount of competency. Only thing you need is, you need to just build your strong character. You need to be dedicated, you need to be determined, you need to be disciplined. But many people today complain that today's youngsters are not disciplined, and they don't like to come in time, they don't like to work, they don't like to study, and they don't respect people, all the complaints. But having said all those things, but all youngsters like you have got extraordinary capacity to achieve great things. You have the future, okay? So you have the future of India. So you have to, when you are in college, try to build all these things, try to improve yourself in all aspects, become unique, become outstanding, become brilliant in all aspects. So not only in terms of intellectual capability, but values. How ethical are you? How honest are you? How confident are you? How brave are you? How courageous are you? How knowledgeable are you? How strong are you? These are the qualities you need to develop as a leader. Okay, if you have understood my point, you can just type what are the words or key points you have got from my words so far. Okay, I have just spoken for last 10 minutes continuously. The qualities every leader must possess. Okay, I have given 2 formula. One is OLA and 3D. So if anyone can unmute and talk, I would be happy to listen to you. What is it you got and what are you trying to improve? Anyone can unmute and talk. Yeah, see friends, I would appreciate even you make mistakes, but you should not be silent and you should come out of fear, hesitation and shyness. It is not time to remain silent, it is time to share. Just I taught for 10-15 minutes and you have to tell what is that you got from it to further move on. Okay, we need to move on to the next thing. So please start. It is an opportunity for you. So please speak. I already requested you. This should not be a normal session wherein speaker speaks for 1 hour and he doesn't bother about what students gain, and then just he will finish, he will say thanks and he will move. It should not be like that. I want to understand what is that you are learning, what is the key takeaway you are going to take today, and how are you going to build on it to become a great leader. Anyone can speak. You don't have to worry about no one will discourage. Here we need to create a lot of positivity. Though it is an online session and we have to feel It is an opportunity to interact. It is an opportunity to express. So please go ahead and share. Feel free. Make mistakes and learn. Yes.
You taught OLI,
Yes, Mr.
which
White.
means observe, learn,
Come on, video.
and inspire. Then you taught 3Ds, that means determination, dedication, and discipline.
Okay, very nice. What are you going to achieve? What are you trying to improve?
Sorry, sir. What?
What's your ambition? What's your further plan? And what's your career goal? And what's your personal goal? What's your social goal? What is it you want to achieve?
Sir, now I am in the first year of mechanical engineering, so not yet decided, but planning to do something now.
Okay, fine. So try to identify what's your passion and try to spend your energy to work on your passion. I'm sure you will be able to become successful. Okay. So every leader has to be encouraging. When someone does any work, before you identify a mistake, you have to appreciate what he does well. Okay. Before kick. So kiss you should not understand in a wrong sense. Here kiss means encourage, right? We need to kiss before kick, which means as a team when you work, if you are a team leader and if you are a project manager and if you are a CEO or if you are a managing director, so when your subordinates present the work to you, before you identify mistakes, before you point out what are the mistakes, you need to point out what is good in it. What's a great idea that person has told. You have to identify that and you need to encourage it. Okay, so that you should have the ability to encourage people. You should have the ability to energize people. So that is an important quality of a leader. Here, I would like to give an example. So in the word leader, first, you should lead by example. Second, you should be encouraging. You should have the ability to encourage people. People who cannot encourage, they can never be a leader, right? As Dr. Hemakumar clearly mentioned, when Satish Dhawan was the mission or the project director, when failure happened, he took the responsibility. When success happened, he shared with the team. Similarly, you should be encouraging. I'll give one example. Ratan Tata is a great industrialist in India. Narendra Murthy is an icon in India. He is the founder of Infosys. Ratan Tata visited Infosys and he got amazed by the way Infosys is maintained clean and neat. Okay, and then he went to a conference room and everything was in order. Everything was spick and span, which means neat and clean. And Ratan Tata asked Narendra Murthy how it is possible for you. And Narendra Murthy, he did not respond to anything. What he did is immediately asked his assistant to call the housekeeping person. So immediately a housekeeping person came. Okay, once a housekeeping person came, this housekeeping person who maintains a conference hall or who maintains a space near the conference hall, and he was introduced to Ratan Tata. And so because Ratan Tata is a great real estate, there is no requirement for Narendra Murthy to introduce a housekeeping person to Ratan Tata. But Narendra Murthy is a great leader. As a founder of Infosys, he wanted to recognize his people's work. He wanted to recognize that housekeeping person. It is not what we do. It is all about how we do. Whatever work you are given, you try to be exemplary. You try to make a difference. You try to do it with a lot of interest. You try to do it with a lot of passion. You try to do it with exceptional manner. You have to try and do it. So every leader has to be encouraging. Okay, and since you are going to become a leader, when mom gives great tasty food to you, tell mom today food is good. Food is thank you so much. Or when your brother does something, encourage him. You have done well. Okay. When your friend does something, when your friend tried and failed, appreciate him. So when your friend wins, appreciate him. Okay. So you have to be an encouraging person. Then you can definitely become a leader. Friends, I have told two words for the. I have given kind of acronym for a leader. The first one is lead by example. The second one is you need to be encouraging. Can anyone type these two words? And someone helped me in typing leader. And now, so L stands for lead by example and E stands for encouraging. Can anyone type into the chat box? Thank you, sir. Thank you, Mr. Vipul and Dr. Hemakumar, sir. Thank you so much. Okay, so Next, I'm going to share the word "a," okay, which means you should be authentic. A stands for authentic, which means we should be original. We cannot act, we cannot pretend. The meaning of pretend is acting falsely, okay, and we are not truly exhibiting ourselves. So that's called pretend, and exactly opposite to the word pretend is authentic, okay. So you should try and inculcate all these positive qualities. If you try to inculcate all these things, you can become authentic. You will remain original, and you will not speak anything bad about any person at his back. Okay, when you talk something at anyone's back, it should be only encouraging words. When you talk to any person, whatever criticism you want to offer him, before criticism you need to encourage, then you can tell. As a leader, sometimes you also have to critically evaluate, you have to critically give feedback, but that feedback has to be always constructive in nature, and that should never be destructive in nature. So a leader has to be authentic. You have to be a true leader. You have to be truly remarkable. You have to be truly a great human being who has empathy, who is encouraging, who is authentic. Can anyone type this word authentic? It means original. You are not acting. Thank you so much, Mr. Satish. You have done extremely well. It's very clear. Okay, you got to be authentic. Okay, you should not be a copycat, and you should not continue some good qualities for some time, and you need to leave it. Whatever good qualities you are learning now, and it has to be with you forever. Okay, and you need to leave a legacy, and that has to live even beyond your life. Maybe after 60 years, 70 years also, it has to remain. Okay, so you have to leave a legacy to this world. So your life should be like this. You have to leave footprints. You have to leave a great example how a person can achieve, how a person can evolve, how a person can create something. You have to leave an example. So that is what I wanted to call it as authentic. Okay, now here I would like to give an interesting acronym for a manager like you, for a professional like you. Okay, I request anyone of you to type the word image in caps. Image, IMAGE, image. Yes, thank you, sir. So in this first letter, I stands for innovator. Leader has to be an innovator. You should not do things in a common way. You should be different. You should be unique. You should be an innovator. You should do things innovatively. Innovative is a word which is used commonly now, but you have to truly understand the meaning of this word innovator. Whatever you do, and that has to be different, and that has to be better, that has to be in fact the best. Got it? So maybe some of you are engineering students, some of you are MBA students. So try to do all the things innovatively. So when you conduct this kind of sessions, you try to use and you try to make your own platform in which we can. The clubhouse is quite innovative now, right? Because we don't have video, we have only audio. Many rooms can be created. It's an innovative product now. Similarly, there are so many innovative products. Let me give one example. Ola is a taxi company which is very successful, but because of the pandemic, what happened is they were not able to operate taxis. But immediately they wanted to innovate something. They wanted to manufacture electric scooters. So now, before they start the company, they start the production. In 24 hours, they were able to get 1 lakh orders because everyone felt that this is an innovative product and this one would be a great product. So if you could do anything innovatively, you can be a leader and you can be an example to others. The second is M. M stands for merchant of wow. Okay, whatever you do, it should not be mediocre work. It should not be an average work. It should not be a substandard work. It should be a great work. When you do something, they should say wow. When Mr. Vaibhav answered, I felt wow, he answered. Okay. When someone gave a welcome speech, I said wow, he has no fear. He is able to speak clearly. And when Dr. Hemakumar sir was taking class, I have listened to some of his classes. He used some platform like Menti and he conducted quiz, online quiz portal. And I said, wow, okay. So everyone struggles to take online class to grab the attention of students, but how he does it seamlessly, how he does effortlessly. And to me, he is a wow, no, he is a great professor. So because he tried to be innovative, he tried to be different. So similarly, when you do something, it should not be, say it's not good, it's bad. Okay. So why people like Mercedes? Why people like Audi? Why people like BMW? Because they create outstanding product, right? They create a great driving experience. So if you see the right from a design, performance, and interior, and all the things you can say, BMW or Benz or Audi, they're all great products, right? And whatever you do, whether you become a professional or whether you become an entrepreneur or whether you become a social thought leader, anything, a teacher or whatever it is. So you have to be a merchant of wow. Okay. Can anyone type this word, merchant of wow? Merchant means seller. Okay. He only sells wow experience. WOW. Merchant of wow. I have given explanation for image, innovator, merchant of wow. Very good, people. Mr. Vipul, thank you. Okay, the third is authentic. As I already told you, authentic, you should be true. Okay, and after that, guts. Leader should not be weak. Leader should not shy away from challenges. He should be brave. So for brave, we always tell this word guts. Hey, you have guts. So you have done it. You have achieved that. So guts means courage. Leader should have guts. Leader should be courageous. Okay. After that, you need to be ethical. Leader should be honest. Leader should always have great values, and he always should be ethical. Now, I have given 5 words for the word image. Every leader must have this. You should be an innovator. You should be a merchant of wow, and you should be authentic, and you should be courageous. You should have guts, and after that, you should have. You should be ethical, right? Can anyone type this word for me, please? Can anyone type this word? Image. All the 5 words I have given for the word image. Thank you. Innovator, merchant of wow, authentic, guts, ethical. Fantastic. You have done it for the benefit of others. Now, I would like to hear from you. What is that you have gained so far? When you tell, you are trying to express it, and it is an opportunity. When you are able to speak to others, it will be great. And after that, others can also learn from you, and they also can get their learning reinforced. This is what I want to do now for 2 minutes. Okay, please go ahead. Anyone, 2-3 people, or maybe I would request Dr. Hemukumar to just point a few. Maybe that person has to speak. When those students speak, we all have to encourage him. We all have to remain calm. We have to encourage whether that person makes mistakes or he doesn't make mistake. We don't have to worry about it. But let him try. Let him initiate. Journey of 1,000 miles begins with the first step. Let's encourage him to begin the first step, to begin the transformation work, how he changes into a leader, from a student leader to a professional leader to a business leader, and all those things are going to happen. But for all those things, we need to start now. So start now. 3 or 4 people can speak for a minute. Just unmute and speak. Make mistakes, not a problem at all. I will wait. Just immediately, quickly decide, say yes and tell one word. Okay, what is that you learn? What are you going to achieve using this? How positive are going to become? You can share that.
Samurai.
Go ahead. Someone started. Go ahead.
No, I just called out the student name.
Sure, sir, please.
Yeah, I actually learned a lot of new innovation formulas for image, okay, and 3Ds. It's quite interesting. Fine.
Sure, sir.
I wish to share. I wish to share a small thing that's about leading. Actually, it is about my professor, Professor Ananda Natarajan sir. So when I was studying my UG in Pondicherry Engineering College, way back in say 2001 or 2000. So in the class, he used to handle me process control subject. So what we used to do is that we used to put lot of garbage. We'll eat something and we'll put down. You will not come and ask us. You will not say that you have to pick up, put it in dustbin. Immediately he entered the classroom, what he will do is that he will go down and pick up everything. Immediately he will pick up and he'll put it in the dustbin. So immediately seeing him, what we all do is that, okay, sir is doing, we'll all stand up, we'll start doing the work. Okay, so that's the real leading by example. That immediately when you said, I was able to recollect that particular thing.
Sure, that's great. I think he was a true leader, and no, you are his student, so he's a true leader. So he's a student. So you have learned a lot from him by observing, and he just he led by example. He is not just telling; he is just doing. We all have to do like that. So these students are extraordinary. I'm sure with the right kind of training and teaching, I'm sure these students can become leaders. They can make themselves proud. They can make their parents proud. They can make their teachers proud, and they can also build a strong nation. I'm sure everyone has got this unique possibility. Friends, I would request some of you to think about speaking in 10 minutes. Maybe I would share an important thing. So that this is a story of two people, okay, two persons. In 1975, between 1975 and 80, there was a guy and he was doing computer science in IIT. After that, so he was a studious guy. He did well, so he was selected to a company. He went to work in Dubai, and in those days, 25,000 was huge money. He was able to make 25,000 rupees, and the life was smooth. And he went to office, he worked, he learned, he prepared, and just he was doing monotonous work, and he did well. Now, 40 years later, his salary is 6 lakhs per month. Now he lives a luxury life with his family alone, and so he is a professional. At the same time, there was a guy in Harvard in US. He dropped out of college. He had an idea that he wanted to change something. He wanted to improve something. He wanted to build something. So he was working on microcomputer. He was working on software. So when everyone said, "I'm going to quit," and everyone said, "Are you mad? Are you crazy? Why are you going to quit Harvard?" And they said, "No, I have an idea. I'm going to work on it." He quit. And as everyone thought, his initial days, first 2-3 years, he tried everywhere, but he could not sell anything. He was not able to become successful. But he didn't stop trying. He didn't stop trying. He kept learning. He kept improving. He managed his time. He was confident enough, and he built a great team. He got a great idea. He continuously improved that idea. He understood what is the problem. He tried to give solution to the problem. Because of all these qualities, after a few rejections, one breakthrough came. IBM started to buy his product, and overnight this person became successful. And 35 years continuously, he is the number one richest person in the world. I'm sure you all can guess who is the person I'm talking about. Can anyone who is the what I call the Caesar of software? Who is the Caesar? Yes, fantastic. You all guessed it rightly. So a leader should be able to take risk. Leader should be able to identify a big problem and provide solution. Leader should be able to face failure. Leader should be able to see challenges as opportunities. So you all have to see challenges as opportunities, right? And then you have to have perseverance. You need to continuously try. You should never quit. Winners don't quit. Quitters never win. Okay. Today, Bill Gates solves global problems. He helps countries. He helps people in terms of education or healthcare or hygiene. So many things. He is working. He is helping a lot of countries. He has started a Melinda Gates Foundation, and that is helping almost a whole world, we could say. So you need to become successful. If you want to become a leader, you need to know how to keep learning and how to keep focusing, how to energize people, how to understand problem solving, and how to have discipline, dedication, determination, how to be passionate. And if you have all those things, I'm sure you can be a truly great leader. One person, if you become a professional, definitely if you become a great professional, you can take care of your family. But if you become an entrepreneur and if you become a good businessman, when you make money, you can become a philanthropist, you can help thousands of entrepreneurs, you can help many people across the globe. So gone are those days when we learn for getting a job. Now you are learning to create jobs. Everyone here should create 1,000 jobs, should create 1 lakh jobs, and you should create the world's top companies. So you must be a great learner for that. So use all the opportunities, use all the learning opportunities to learn, to become better in all aspects, right? It all begins from a mindset. Try to think, I can, I will. If you could see, I can and I will, definitely you can. You already reached there, okay? So these are the few things which I would like to share. If possible, maybe in future, once your face-to-face classes started, maybe I would be more than happy to see you in person. Since you are in Pondicherry, I can come always. Even I studied at university, and Pondicherry Engineering College is indeed a great institution which created extraordinary professionals, and maybe there may be great entrepreneurs also. So you are in the great place. So it's a cradle of learning, and because of professors like Dr. Hema Kumar and other faculty members, use all the learning opportunities to learn to become better, and go to college, indulge in learning, indulge in great friendship, get memories, and try to become better in all aspects. Try to man. No one is enough rich to buy the past. Even this second you cannot buy. So each second you try to make use of it and try to utilize it. Okay. So these are the few words I like to share, and maybe I would be happy if 2 or 3 people can share what is it exactly you learn. And before that, I like to share a few things about my academy. I run a company called the Inspire Career Development Center, that's in Pondicherry. So we have trained more than 72,000 students now. We have transformed them from ordinary to extraordinary. They are working for top companies like Google, Microsoft, Twitter, Oracle, or any company for that matter. Since we have been this for 15 years in Pondicherry, and we have got in Tirunelveli, and we have got in Madurai. So all these places we have got branches. And we also have started IAS Academy. We coach students who prepare for UPSC exams. So want to become IAS and IPS, we coach them, and we make them. We provide 1 year training. During our training itself, we help them possess what are the skills IAS or IPS must have in terms of the communication or positive attitude or leadership skills or decision making or problem solving. We provide all the learnings to them, and we also provide the experiential learning. We take them across South India, and we help them learn by experience, by seeing, by interacting, and by observing all the things we are doing. And I'm sure Pondicherry will have a lot of leaders in the near future, not only in the government but also in private sectors. We will create business leaders, we will create social leaders, we will create entrepreneurs, we will create business people, and we are helping students to unleash their potential, because we believe that every student has got talent, but some students are not recognizing it. Though teachers tell you can do it, but they are not understanding their potential. If you realize, yes, if you think I have potential, I am going to make it. If you start thinking like that, I'm sure your success will be great. Please understand what kind of struggles your parents go through to get you educated. So if you could realize it, I'm sure you will become successful. Make your parents proud, make your teachers proud, make your institution proud, and build a strong India. Strong India can become a reality only because of you. So make it great, and make your learning period or the college days completely work or completely fruitful, productive, and ensure that each day is filled with a lot of learning and a lot of improvement, and there has to be significant amount of improvement each passing day. So I would like to thank all the faculty members, especially Dr. Hema Kumar and Senior Professor Dr. Sundaramurthy, and other friends who have joined the session from different parts. I was able to see some of the chat messages. So much for your kind words, and I appreciate you all have joined the session. It's indeed great that as teachers, as trainers, as educators, we all have to learn continuously. We should become continuous learners. We should learn more than students, and it is not that we teach and then they learn. And in the class, students and teachers should learn from each other, because they are information power. They are millennials. So they have got enormous capability to get so much of information. In terms of technology, students are doing extremely well. As teachers, we have to compete with students. So there has to be a lot of collaborative effort in terms of learning. So I appreciate all the teachers who join, because they are continuous learners. As teachers, we must be committed to continuous learning so that we can be updated. to not get outdated, right? And I'm sure that we will be relevant and we will continue to, I will to inspire thousands of students in the near future so that you will be able to visualize our strong India in the coming days. Thank you so much for having joined, and it's a pleasure interacting with all of you.
Sangeeta.
Hi, sir. First of all, thank you for your valuable time, sir. Then you have encouraged and motivated us to have a positive mindset in every situation we come across. You also told us about how to the leader should be, and I have learned many aspects of leadership. Being an upcoming entrepreneur, it will be more useful for me in my future basics, sir. Surely I will implement in my life, sir. Thank you so much for your valuable time, sir.
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much. Praveen, vote of thanks.
It's time to thank our resource person, Mr. Sesudasse sir, for such an informative and interesting session, which make us to think positive and make us to move towards a big future and work towards that. To add with our sincere thanks to Dr. Sundaramurthy sir, Dr. Sivakumar sir, Dr. Jayakumar sir, Ramesh sir, and Dr. Sundaramurthy Reddy sir, and Dr. Hemakumar sir for supporting us to conduct this event successfully. Last but not least, I thank the participant of your energetic participation and which help us to work towards positive. And I am sincere thanks to the pillar of the shows, Mr. Kalaivanan, Mr. Abdul Alim, Ms. Sangeeta, Ms. Saraswati, Ms. Kartika, and Mr. Sri Kaurasudan. Thank you for your valuable time and your presence, sir.
Thank you very much. Thank you, sir. It was quite a great session. Thank you all.
Thank you, sir. Bye, sir.